Hi there, welcome to another video. And today in the video I would like to talk about the blend shape deltas. Now in the new shapes tool we have this option to export and import deltas. So we can see here blend shape deltas. So what's that thing? I think Inga did a really good presentation and how you can use it, like passing blend shape information from one face, for instance, to another that doesn't have exactly the same shape but the same topology. So it's not like you can reuse the full blend shape, but you use the delta. So in short, the delta, it's a vector. So let's say it's a vector, and I'm just gonna use another. So basically it's a vector in 3D space. So if we have the y, the x, and we have the z, so it's something that is live here, so this point in the space. So when we have in a geometry, we have the blend shape, so we apply the blend shape, so it's basically storing this point here is gonna move here, so it's a linear vector here. And that's basically what is a blend shape. So normally you have the full model. So you have your, this is gonna be terrible, but you have your face here with the neutral, and then you have your face again with a sad mouth, and your face again with your smile mouth. So you apply these blend shapes to this face, and when you apply the blend shape and you maybe delete the target, the deltas get stored inside the blend shape node. But if you have another head, like let's say I have this head that has this weird shape, I cannot apply here this this blend shape target, because it's gonna morph again in this full position. So it's gonna apply the full, so it's gonna understand this is a difference, so on the shape of the head, so it's gonna apply not only the mouth, but also the rest of the elements. So but if you extract the deltas only get the difference from the original to the blend shape target. So it's gonna be only the deltas for the mouth. So this will allow us to transfer this blend shape here to this mouth, but without deforming the rest. So that's the important thing. And there is other techniques that you can reuse on deltas. Like there is some papers from SIGGRAPHs, like few SIGGRAPHs ago, you can transfer very smartly in very nice. So you can reuse a lot of blend shapes. But yeah, like let's say that because the delta have the same length, so if you have a big mouth and the delta you want to get this smile, but maybe this smile, the difference here is the delta, it's like, I don't know, x units, or let's say 10 to put a value. So here 10 maybe represents this little movement, so you need to scale the deltas and adjust, but there is some techniques that you can use that. But yeah, the basic thing is on the deltas is this, and there is something I want to talk on the deltas, and it's the length of the delta. So from the last video we have this finger that we did these corrective blend shapes, and I would like to show you one thing. So if I neutralize the pose and I have here my, I'm just gonna show you here, I have these blend shapes active to 1, so I have this shape here. But if in this case we don't have it, but if we add some helper joints, the deltas will be smaller, should be smaller. So what means that? So I have my finger here, let's say this is my finger, and for the moment I have only these joints here, and this is going like this chunk and this chunk and this chunk. But if I help here with an extra joint, I'm just gonna let me use another color. here and here. So this will help to rotate this area here. And because this area is rotated with the skin cluster, it's gonna be rotational. So it's gonna move the point from point A to point B in a angled fashion. And then we will add the corrective blend shape. So the corrective blend shape will move it in linear way. So we have arc plus a line. So you probably get an arc like that. So the other solution, I mean, what we have now, it's because it's not halfway there, so it's gonna move probably there with rotation. Whoop, I don't know if I'm painting this correctly, but like, let's say, whoops, no, this one, this, okay, yellow. So we have this rotation for the movement, and then we need to move back or point. So we get also the rotation, but the delta is bigger. So the interpolation is going to be different. And that's something that is worth to have in mind. So for the sake of this example, I'm just gonna do something here. I'm just gonna duplicate the arm. So I'm just gonna call this I don't know, gimmick, something like that. I think I just missed one M. Okay, now from this I'm just gonna copy my skins. So I'm just gonna skin, copy skin, and I'm just gonna hide the original arm. So I have this, and oops, and I should have same positions, exactly same keys, so can go there and reproduce my stuff. But now, instead of starting from this point, what I would like to do is add this gimmick join. So I'm just gonna select my three joints, and here I'm mGear, rigging, gimmick joints, add blended joints. So this will add 3 new joints here that if we visualize the rotation, and we go here, display, transform local axis, so we can see this rotation, it's halfway from this one. Okay, let me display this one also, so you can see here that is going halfway. So this is going to help the deformation. So I'm just, let me reset this and hide this thing so we don't need to see this. And now I need to edit my skin. So first thing, I'm just gonna add these three joints to my hand, and skin, edit influence, I'm just gonna be sure, apply. Okay, now it's locked, so need to unlock. That's a little annoying to do that all the time, so just right click and unlock inverse selection. So means I don't have anything selected, so unlock everything. Okay, now it's ready to go there. So the first thing, it's open my favorite skinning plugin, mGear tools, and of course it's not docked there, so I'm just gonna, okay, here we go, just gonna place it there. So it's, let's initialize. I'm just gonna use the, no, the other way, game, what, it's blend, sorry. Oh, come on, I can't type correctly. Okay, here we go. So we have the neck that we had before, but we have these 3 fingers here. That was the one that, so I can put like asterisk feet like this, so it clean up my filter. Okay, so I just need to paint now these 3 on my areas here. So I'm just gonna do it super brute force, just for the sake of the example, and later what I will try to do is match each of the blend shapes, and I show you a little trick. So I will extract the blend shapes and reapply the blend shapes, but in the pose way, but with different skinning. So that's something, maybe it's interesting also. Okay, so first thing, let me start with the first one. I'm just gonna, so this is my first, no, this is the 0 is the first one, and just add in a little bit. So I'm just gonna try to get, I painting somewhere else. Just let me hide this thing and this, so we don't need to see this. And if you put the override thing here on the shader, you also can see your gray, so it's nicer. Sometimes it's easy to see volumes like that. So just a little bit. I mean, don't want to go crazy there. You know, just to help a little bit the formation on the knuckle. We can compare with the other one, so we can maybe try to match the thing. So this is our gimmick is this one. So here, and well, since it's not connected, we cannot see the, yeah. Sorry for this, because I don't have the driving keys connected yet, so it's not triggering the other one. It's gonna be later. Okay, just painting this one. I'm just gonna paint quickly the outer part of the finger, so the knuckle, it looks a little better. And now for the third one here, and again, just let me use the polygon to frame properly and paint again. Okay, it's by far is not the best painting you can do, but it's just to keep to the minimum time the video. So well, let's say this is correct. This is terrible, but let's say it's correct. And okay, so that's it. Edit. I'm just gonna delete all the nodes just to avoid that interferes. So we have our original finger here, so you can see the difference between one or the other. So this is especially here on the knuckles, it's helping a lot to get the better position, and here on the other two phalanges of the finger, it's also getting better deformation. This is the new one with the skinning, so it's not losing that much volume, it's not so much round. Oh yeah, okay, so next thing is I need to get my full position blend shape. So what I'm doing is this thing. I'm just gonna hide this for the moment so we don't mistake each one. So go to my shapes again, and I take the first one, I trigger to 1. Now I duplicate this finger, and this is gonna be, I'm just gonna take the same name, so it's gonna be the same name later. So just hide this one, then go for the next frame. Of course, deactivate this one, activate this one, duplicate, take the same name. This is, well, I do this sometimes but it's not like a regular process to rig. It's more like an example for the purpose of this video. Okay, so I have the next one. This is the knuckle one. So I'm just going here, and same thing, I'm just duplicating and taking the last one name. And last but not least, we have all triggers. So we trigger everything. So we get this pose here, and I duplicate, and this is gonna be my combo. My combo, it's gonna be this one. Okay, so basically what I did is I have my full pose blend shapes, but I need to extract the deltas now. So this is something that Shapes does very easily. So I'm just gonna save a version here. So just in case I mistake any step, we can come back to this version. Okay, so now I need to go back to my other arm, the one that have the new skin in. And I'm just gonna load this. There's nothing there, so I just need to go. And here I can add the pose, but first I need to add the pose on the original, on the pose. So basically I just need to go there. This is the first one. So, and it's the same pose. So now when I use this option, oops, when I use this option, the one that say add selected as a new pose target, so means it's gonna use this current pose to extract the delta. So it's not like full blend shape like regularly you do with the regular menu with this first option. It's just pose it. So it's gonna take in account the position that we have with the skin cluster. So I'm just gonna add it. So it's there, and you can see this one and this one. Well, if I deactivate, sorry, let me deactivate all these three. Yeah, but now you see this L2 is active in both. You see they have two and it's exactly the same shape. But well, let's finish all before, but you will see that there's the delta, it's different. So now again, just hide this one, go back to this one, load this one, so we just keep adding things. So let's go to the next frame, get this one that is the yellow one, and here add to pose target. Okay, so we have the next one, so it's there. And yeah, you will have a temptation, like I just, well, I was thinking like, oh, maybe I can add everything at the same time, but yeah, you need to have the pose before adding, so you cannot, you need to go one by one and add in the pose. So now next pose, this is section, add pose target. So we can check here, this is recovering this here. And the last one is the combo, so I put my combo here. And to load the combo, I want to have this like that, so all three are active. And now based on that, I can add my combo here that will recover only this part, you see. So that's it. We just replicated the blend shapes, and if we hide the other one and load and activate again, you can see both hands have exactly the same position. But if we go to the rest pose, boom, there's a big difference. So now you can see the blend shape trigger on rest pose, and you can see our original hand. It's way bigger. You can see here how big is the blend shape compared to the other one. That's nice, nah? So if now I do a little animation just to finish this video. So let's say in the 40 it's gonna be reset, and just gonna use my fancy dandy. So here animation, I put all this to 0, and the other hand, this is the one I just did it, load mesh in this one also, and the 40 to 0, so it's everything 0 out. And now let's say, let's give a good range on the 60. I'm just gonna use my position here, so I'm just gonna save there, and then for the thing I just put this to 1, and the other one that is the arm, this one, load, and from here to here to put to 1 also, so both are the same thing. And yes, I'm just gonna, I just want to make this finger, oh no, because, okay, just try to keep like that and see what's happening here. Yeah, what's happening is nothing. Come on. 60. Okay, this is nice, and I just need to edit my curves to have something linear here. So this is gonna be there. And if you want, just to be sure that I'm not making a, so I'm just gonna select this node. And just put this linear. I think it was this one, and yeah, this is the one I added, and the other one just linear. So now we have the interpolation. Oh, come on, still like this one. Thank you. Oops. Okay. So did I? This is linear. I'm just doing like super bad this part. Okay. So now this should interpolate in a linear fashion. It's not like super big difference, but you can see here on the interpolation, this one, how it peaks here and how the bigger deltas, because it doesn't interpolate as smooth as the other ones. So you can see the difference here. So at the end, the pose is going to be the same. So it's not like it changed the pose, but the interpolation, it's going to be different. Okay, I have a little idea here. Just gonna, this is something you can do also. Just you unlock this thing, and now you can offset one to another. So the one is the origin, the upper one is the original one. And let me put there like this. Okay, I don't know if you can see it here, but obviously you can fine-tune the corrective blendshapes, the state driving keys later when you trigger. Okay, just let me move the thumb outside of okay, now. So I think, of course, who needs keyframes? Just don't pay attention to the thumb, please. Okay, now we can see here, big screen, how different is. Oh, of course, big screen, no timeline. I think it's Shift F, yeah. You can, especially around here, you can see the difference. And again, if I reset this, you can see how the delta, it's much bigger here. So it goes up higher and goes down. So interpolation is not, it's nicer. So that's all for this video. I hope it's useful for you, this knowledge about the deltas and how the interpolation affects the deltas, I mean the skinny interpolation, and that if you add like this kind of gimmick joints, it's gonna be a nicer interpolation from pose to pose. And yeah, in the vast majority of the cases, probably nobody will note it, but in some cases, yeah, it's an extra quality that you can add there. So thank you for listening, and see you in the next video. Bye bye.